Hello, it's Lane here with Hobbies and Men once again, and today we're going to be doing another first impressions review of manga. Today we're going to be looking at Who Wants to Marry a Billionaire by Mikoto Yamaguchi with art by Mario, who draws really good art actually. It is like an ecchi title here, so that is kind of expected, I would say. The publisher here is Ghost Ship, or actually it's Seven Seas under their Ghost Ship imprint that you can see right there. The demographic here is seinen. This is a Kodansha title, actually. It publishes on Comic Days, which I think is it's either a magazine or a web app. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. And the genres here are drama, harem, thriller, and I guess that's it. It's kind of like a game show, like The Bachelorette or something like that, or The Bachelor, I guess. But it also has elements of like thriller, psychological horror, and like drama, and of course there's a harem element there because it's one guy with a bunch of girls, right? So yeah, and it does not have an adaptation, and it only has 7 volumes. You can get 4 of them out right now, and I was actually gonna try to get them because I really enjoyed this actually, and I went to my local Barnes and Nobles this morning to see if I could get the rest of the ones that were available right now because they have a sale. Sadly, I couldn't. There was 3, 4, and they were missing 2. And well, I don't really like buying books like that, so I decided to wait it out. And maybe I'll change my mind and I'll go pick them up anyways. But for the time being, I think I'm only gonna have the first volume. But the fact that it's a short series with only 7 volumes and 3 of them aren't even out yet is good for me because it means that it won't be something that I'll have to rush to pick up, right? Which is great. The premise is basically that there's this woman. She's a NEET. Her name is Yuna, and a NEET is a not educated or employed or looking for work or something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but basically it's someone that doesn't work, doesn't have an education, doesn't do anything to better their life. They just live in their house and don't like exist outside of it, right? So another term that you can kind of use is hikikomori, which kind of means the same thing. Basically, it's just a layabout, or those types of people that live in their mother's basement, kind of like that. And she's almost getting to 30, and so she's kind of worried that stuff is gonna not work for her. I think it's a kind of a Japanese attitude about how women have to be married before they get too old, kind of thing. Well, I guess that's actually an attitude in a lot of places in the world, but for the context of this, it's a Japanese attitude, right? And she actually has also a lot of debt for some reason, so she's trying to find a way to get rich quick. And she watches this show online called Who Wants to Marry a Billionaire. So she finishes watching a season and she decides to sign up. However, she was pirating the site, or she was pirating the show on this sketchy website. So when she got when she subscribed or got into the game, she actually ended up in a kind of like a R-rated version of the game, and now she has to deal with these 5 other women, 3 of which are ex-convicts, and she has to figure out a way to get this guy to fall in love with her and marry her so she can get over her debts, right, and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting manga. It's really weird. It's crazy. It's kind of wild, actually. And a lot of the interesting stuff happens because all of these women are kind of crazy, and they're all trying to get the attention of this guy, but there's like strategy to how they do this, right? So they have to do it either by, showing off a lot, or by working together, or just by murdering each other. And it's really exciting and really interesting. Of course, the artwork here is also really top notch, and there are going to be a lot of very raunchy kind of adult scenes, but that's just kind of par for the course here. This is a Ghost Ship title, so it is, 18 plus. And it definitely earns that that rating very quickly, so be aware of that. The artwork is amazing, though. The premise is wild, and the execution is really interesting, right? And the ending of this first book is really exciting because it's this very crazy cliffhanger that you just want to read more of very quickly. So I definitely recommend you guys buy more than one of this if you do end up buying it. But like I said, there's only 7 volumes of this total, so it won't be too hard to get. The one thing, though, is that it should have had a color page. Like, I think technically speaking, the Japanese edition of this doesn't really have color pages, or it doesn't have very many. But I feel like, it's an adult title. it already costs more than the usual because it's a $14 book instead of the usual $12 or $13 books that, you know, Seven Seas has. So, you know, if it's already for adults and it's already a little bit more expensive, just give the color page, right? But I think that's a complaint I have for literally every book ever. So, you know, that's just a complaint that I always have. So, you know, it might not mean much to anyone, right? So, yeah. But yeah, this is definitely for adults. It has a lot of raunchy scenes in it, so if you're not interested or comfortable with that, do not pick this up at all. But it is really fun and really interesting. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Do You Want to Marry, or Who Wants to Marry a Billionaire? And that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.